very wrong. You know the lessons that I need to learn about. So take my toys away and give me a time out. Whoopsie daisy, I've been bad, messed up everything we had. Naughty baby, didn't know, no, won't you spank me like my dad? Well, I guess I played the fool. You better keep me after school. Naughty baby, didn't know, no,
Like the video as the intro plays.
His name is Make It Make Sense. When he makes nothing make sense.
Big moves. Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Then my head hit the wall. Boom. But I had a friend.
This is the worst at this point in a presidency as well. Melania Trump breaking records in the way that you don't want to break records. Historically awful she is. The American people really don't care for her.
Okay. Sorry. I haven't had a drink in a minute. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. Let's get to Melania. So everybody was wondering why Melania had given this weird impromptu speech. We're hearing all kinds of things like the White House wasn't even aware. So let's check out the speech really quickly before we get into what's been going on.
The lies linking me to the Jeffrey Epstein and his accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, need to end today. The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards. They are trying to defame my reputation as Einstein visa model. I never been friends with Jeffrey Epstein. I never had relationship with Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell. My email to Ghislaine cannot be categorized as anything but casual correspondence. Like, hey girl, how you doing? Call me when you get into town. You're not my friend. Love, Melania. Sure, Donald and I were in the same places as Epstein and Maxwell. But many people are in places. That's how geography works. And just because I am in many photo with them does not mean I am in real life. We just did casual hanging with them all the time. Casually. And Donald and I only did casual on the Epstein plane one time. And I know you're wondering, why am I coming out and talking about this today out of the blue? Well, that's a great question that you don't need to look into. So if anything comes out in the next few days, know that it is false. And also, Congress does not need to bring me upon them and put me under oath to ask any of these questions, because I tell you now. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so let's really get into Melania. Melania gave this speech the other day, and you know, as crazy as what we just watched was, the real speech was not much better. Melania had something to say.
With the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today. The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation. I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. The false smears about me from mean-spirited and politically motivated individuals and entities looking to cause damage to my good name, to gain financially and climb politically, must stop. Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone. Several prominent male executives resigned from their powerful positions after this matter became widely politicized.
Y'all. Okay, so this might seem like Melania has something to say, but literally, Melania is giving a whole speech today on a topic her husband said is a hoax. Y'all, this is not a drill. The first lady is no longer going along with the bullshit that her husband has been spewing about it being a hoax, and is acknowledging that there are people out there who are in the files that need to be investigated, after his attorney general just said they will not be investigated. Like, you know, the titties and everything, that's a joke. This is not a joke. She is so concerned with her own shit possibly coming out that she is willing to throw Donald, the attorney general, everybody goes under the bus before Melania. Insane.
Of course, this doesn't amount to guilt, but we still must work openly and transparently to uncover the truth.
Now, that was not my favorite Melania speech. My favorite Melania speech will always be
what you
that your word is your bond.
That your word is your bond, that you do what you say you're going to do. That you treat people
with respect.
With dignity and respect, even if you don't know them and even if you don't agree with them.
That is
and Barack and I
continue to pass
set out to build lives guided by these values and to pass them on to the next generation, because we want our children and all children in this nation to know that the only limit to the height of your achievements is the reach of your dreams and your willingness to work hard for them.
And your willingness to work for them.
There you have it, folks.
That will always be my favorite speech. But right as soon after Melania gave her speech that was not president approved, her own people went out and started doing a press tour with Fox News.
Now, people are questioning the timing of this.
Well, first, enough is enough. This has been ongoing, and it's time for the public to refocus their attention on what achievements our First Lady has done. She's helping people over.
Typically, if you're going to say what achievements our First Lady has done, you would have a full list. It would not be broad, like she's helped a ton of people. Melania is a good person. That's just not the way it would work. Melania has helped many people. Melania has been a great First Lady. But please qualify that with something definitive, because I can't see it.
Melania.
And over again. Americans are benefiting from her efforts. People in the foster care community, people from an educational perspective. Her achievements have been so wide. You've covered them here, whether it's international with the Ukrainian and Russian reunifications and beyond. And we want to focus the attention on her good work and what she's accomplished as First Lady of the United States.
Why now? People are questioning the timing of this.
If you are somebody in the chat who knows exactly what those accomplishments are, please fill the rest of us in, because I drew a blank. I drew a blank. So let's get into first off this book. Now, Melania kind of pooped her pants last year when a book came out that detailed or that alleged that she had actually met Epstein, and Epstein had introduced her to Trump, and Epstein had slept with her before she got with Trump. Melania, threw a fit. Let me see if I can pull an excerpt on that book up for you guys. Melania threw a fit, and the 3 different publishing houses that had published the book all submitted a retraction. That is the power of the First Lady. But this was Michael Wolff last year, the president's favorite person, talking about it. This particular channel popped up. I'd never heard of it. Let me just say this. I don't take things that I see on the internet at face value. I do my own research. This book came out a year ago. This channel, MAGA Watch 1776, reposted this as if it was new. That's not what I do. I would never try to tell you guys or steer you in a direction like this. This, from this particular channel, was a lie. It just, there are people who will take full advantage of a viral moment. But this book did come out.
New book was published yesterday in the US and UK entitled The Rise and Fall of the House of York. It's by a British journalist by the name of Andrew Loney. And it's about the pathetic life of Prince Andrew, but it is also about his connection to Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, and Melania Trump. And in fact, it contains a passage in which Epstein is quoted, and this is from an interview apparently in 2007, where he says that he had sex with Melania a full year before Donald Trump commenced his relationship with Melania.
Let me see. Hold on. No, Michael Wolff is legitimate. This particular Instagram took Michael Wolff's video from last year and applied it to why Melania had gave that speech. No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying this particular blog, not Michael Wolff. I'm not delegitimizing him and what he's done. I'm just not willing to steer you guys in directions, but let's get into it. Former model was deported. Now she's threatening to expose Melania Trump. Even Donald Trump was caught off guard when First Lady Melania Trump held a surprise press conference yesterday to suddenly denounce lies connecting her to Jeffrey Epstein. Reporters wondered what story she was trying to get ahead of. Now it's become clear. Melania Trump may have been responding to threats made against her by former model and friend Amanda Ungaro. Last month, Amanda was deported to Brazil after her child's father asked the Trump administration to intervene. Her ex, Paulo Zampoli, is a Trump ally and former modeling agent. He is responsible for bringing Melania Trump to U.S. in the 1990s. Amanda Ungaro has been trying to get the Trump administration's attention on social media. She claims she and Melania were once close friends, so close that she maintains a relationship with Melania's parents. Now she is threatening to expose what she knows about Jeffrey Epstein, Melania Trump, and President Trump, who she called a pedo. Let's get into it. I can't make it any larger. She says, until you fall as a little chicken. I have nothing left to lose in my life. I will tear down the entire system. Be careful with me, bitch. And I'm assuming the bitch she's talking about is
Melania.
I will tear down your corrupt system, even if it's the last thing that I do in my life. I will go all the way. I am not afraid. Maybe you should be afraid of what I know, of who you are and who your husband is. I will take legal action against you and your pedo husband. I have known you for 20 years. You knew I was detained in ICE. You were present in my life every year on my son's birthday, even sending Secret Service and being the first to congratulate him back in 2016. Something was clearly wrong, but I am not part of any evil mission involving children. So what did you do, Melania? You tried to involve me, but you failed because I have character. Do you know what I think about you after 20 years? She said, Pam Bondi, are you already aware of the situation? Well, I mean, she's out. Do you fully understand the extent of the information I possess regarding you and the individuals associated with you? I strongly advise you to consider the seriousness of these matters. Any actions taken against me or attempts to escalate the situation could have significant legal consequences. I expect this to be handled with the appropriate level of responsibility and professionalism moving forward. Now, what I will say is this particular woman left her modelizer husband and got with a doctor somewhere in Florida and has been living there with her doctor husband. If you knew all of these horrible things and if you have any proof that the president is a pedo, then it was your responsibility to say something sooner than when you got deported. I mean, she was a beautiful girl, but for these type of men, you eventually age out. Melania, on the other hand, you know, she got with the president, so she doesn't age out at the same rate that the regular ones do. You know, the classy girl. They say the most beautiful, classy, sophisticated first lady that we've ever had. Melania, you know. The crazy thing is that she's running scared, y'all, to the point where she is breaking from Trump. And that is something to pay attention to. What's up, Miss Kenny? You can't make this shit up. It's like a soap opera title as the White House crumbles. Absolutely. Thank you so much for the super chat. Shout out to Miss Kenny. Happy belated birthday. Now she looks like a skank. You know, she's a woman who's lived. A woman who's lived. Trump's friend asked him to have ICE deport the mother of his child. Now that's how you use the government. So this timeline, there was something that I found pretty interesting. I had no idea that Trump had actually started his own modeling agency, which is really weird because, as we all know, he was really cool with Jeffrey Epstein, who basically got his money from a nasty pedo who owned Abercrombie and Fitch and Victoria's Secret. So all of these men around each other had modeling agencies. Even the president went after beauty pageants, which is not typically something that somebody who, you know, builds houses and apartment buildings does. It is a little strange. And, you know, Melania says that they weren't friends and they weren't cool, but then you see things like this. This is Donald Trump, Jeffrey Epstein, and Melania at the Victoria's Secret fashion show, where billions of dollars were funneled to Jeffrey Epstein so he could be the middleman to God knows what. But Melania, who was right there front and center with him, has nothing to do with it. She really is.
She's musty.
She's a musty dusty. Oh, let me put my banner up. All this is alleged. But again, in this timeline, what I found interesting is that Trump had a modeling agency. He hired this man named, where is it? Tommaso Booty. I'm not making it up. That's his name, Tommaso Booty. You might have heard his name because he was the person who financially backed that stupid themed restaurant called Model Cafe, like with Naomi Campbell and Claudia Schiffer. Well, he defrauded all of these people to the tune of millions and millions of dollars. He worked for Trump back in 1998 in Trump's modeling thing, defrauded all these people for the Model Cafe, and then Trump pardons him right before he leaves office the first time. You cannot make this up. You can't, like, literally the Stormy Daniels stuff was, that looks like him. Well, according to Stormy, it wasn't that big. So what Trump put inside Stormy for that 30 seconds and she got paid for while Melania was pregnant seemed like such a huge deal. But like in present day, it's everything all at once. So that was really nothing. Definitely, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, hit the like button. These things are true and verifiable. You guys can look it up, but it's just very interesting. I also did a little bit more research into Melania, who stated that, and this is from her biography, Melania Trump was born April 26, 1970 in Slovenia. Melania Noss began her modeling career at the age of 16. At the age of 18, she signed with the modeling agency in Milan after obtaining a degree in design and architecture at the University of Slovenia. Melania was jetting between New York and Milan. Now, here's the thing. Guys, this is also a lie. If you lie about something as simple as a degree, Melania Trump never earned a university degree in architecture. She dropped out of college after her freshman year, according to her biographers. Still, she claims to have a degree from the university. Do you see like a pattern and history of lies with these two people? That's something extremely simple. Then I found this.
Well, thank you very much. How are you? I'm fine. This lady right here next to you? Melania Knaus from New York, from Austria. Hello there, Melania. Nice to meet you too. Are you here to buy Churchill Downs by chance? Well, I'm certainly looking at it. Certainly beautiful. I can't imagine a better investment. I'm here because a friend...
Did you hear what he said? She is not Austrian. She's not Austrian. They lie about everything. That is so simple. Listen again. Like, this was at the start. They have been lying about this lady. So why should we believe anything about your affiliations with Epstein?
Well, thank you very much. How are you? I'm fine. This lady right here next to you? Melania Knaus from New York, from Austria. Hello there, Melania. Nice to meet you too. Are you here to buy Churchill Downs by chance? Well, I'm certainly looking at it. Certainly beautiful. I can't imagine a better investment. I'm here because a friend...
I mean, it's just, I can't. She knows all these languages, but she can barely read. Remember when she was reading for those children? Let me show you guys one more thing. I'm pretty sure Trump is extremely happy. I'm sure he prayed for this, but Trump's former spiritual advisor, Robert Morris, was just released from jail after serving 6 months for touching a 12-year-old girl. He took a plea. Sorry, take this off. Just so you know I'm not making it up. Where is it? I wanted to show you guys one more thing. Okay, so back to Amanda. Amanda has allegedly done an interview that will air tomorrow or air this weekend. Let me see. Amanda Ungaro interview. Okay, right here. Amanda Ungaro taped an interview with Spain's El Pai airing this weekend, or El Pais airing this weekend. Amanda Ungaro and Zampoli were together for 2 decades, moved in elite circles, attending events at Mar-a-Lago, etc. Paulo Zampoli, a friend of Melania who brought her to the U.S. and now works. So I don't know. I'm pretty sure if this interview goes public, there will be some type of English dub or at least subtitles. I will see exactly how I can watch this interview and see exactly what dirt she's going to release. Not to mention, not for nothing, full disclosure, Amanda Ungaro and her like surgeon, medical doctor husband, there are fraud allegations about them as well. So none of these people are innocent. I think they're all just extremely dirty and ran through and anything else you can think of. Probably impotent when we're talking about like Trump. Like, let me see, fraud, Amanda Ungaro. Yeah, there was a fraud arrest in June of 2025. So we'll see. We will definitely see. Let's see.
What you
that your word is your bond.
That your word is your bond. That you do what you say you're going to do. That you treat people
with respect.
With dignity and respect, even if you don't know them and even if you don't agree with them.
That is
and Barack and I
continue to pass
set out to.
Okay. So back to Kristi Noem and her husband. What is this? Okay, we're back. I don't know why this is reminding me of like this. Hold on. I don't know why every time I look at this man, this is what I think about. Hold on. Okay, so let's get into it. When I shared with you guys Kristi Noem's alleged affair, a lot of people thought that her dopey husband was really dumb for staying with her. But now we know why he stayed with her. The money was rolling in. Why not? And he had a real bussy, buxom, bodacious beauty on the side.
Believe you told me you loved me, didn't you?
I do love you.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
So much better than your wife, aren't I?
You're so much better. Would you ever marry me?
Oh, you want to be married to your God.
I mean, who would be?
I mean, exactly. So how many drinks are we on?
A lot.
A lot.
Shut up. You're so amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, you make me drink.
Oh, I don't make you do anything.
Yeah, you,
I believe you told me you.
yeah, you do.
Oh, do I?
You're the boss.
I am the boss.
So you tell me what to do and I'll do it.
That's a dangerous saying.
It's okay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Did you think that I wouldn't find out who you are?
I knew you knew.
Do you care that I know?
It doesn't matter.
Right, it doesn't.
Is it?
No.
I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, that's very fair.
I don't love the fact that you know who I am, but it is what it is. Yeah, you do.
Oh, do I?
Now, Kristi Noem's husband exposed again as model claims he paid her thousands and told her, "I want to marry you." Another woman is coming forward with her experience involving Byron Noem, the husband of former DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. The Daily Mail released audio that features Byron speaking with the dominatrix, where he can be heard telling her he loves her and agreeing when she says she is so much better than his wife. In the same conversation, he also reportedly asked if he would one day marry her. At another point in the call, when the woman said she knew who he was, Byron responded, "It doesn't matter, and it is what it is." This comes after previous reports from the Daily Mail claimed Byron Noem was allegedly linked to photos and online interactions involving fetish content, including bimbofication, role play, and payments to sex workers. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. He is on the fast track to Caitlyn Jenner. Watch. First, it's you like the women who have enhancements that are cartoonish. The next, you're going to go get those enhancements. I had never even heard of bimbo vacation, but I literally needed a shower between these pictures of Melania and then listening to their conversation. I needed a shower. I wonder how much they paid her, because I'm sure he would have paid her more. These are slutty times. Also, with Melania, there was this article. This was way back when Trump was thinking about running in the early 2000s. What's up, Tremaine Rucker? Thank you so much for the generous super chat. I appreciate you. Why does this look like this? His is better than mine. I think he has I think his isn't just towels. With the Jackie Harry.
Dr. Tiffany wants to know
why, when I see this man, can I not unsee Jackie Harry? Is this face? Every time I see Kristi Noem's husband, the first thing I think about is this. Is that not the same face? Definitely the same breast, but I'm seeing the same face. Anyway, we'll get on this really quickly. Another lie. She basically has been going around saying that she's from a wealthy family. Where is it? They talk about Howard Stern, where he announced he was going to be running for president, and Melania was there butt naked or wearing next to nothing while he talked to Howard Stern over the phone. Blah blah. Okay, right here. She was wearing a $17,000 watch. I think this was like in 1999. If you were picturing a financially difficult life for Miss Noss, however, you are wrong. Melania's family was prosperous. Her father managed a chain of car and motorcycle dealerships. Her mother was a fashion designer. That's what they changed her life to. When actuality, her dad sold car parts. He didn't manage he didn't specifically managed a chain of car and motorcycle dealerships. That's a lie. Her dad, who surprisingly looks like Trump in present day, sold car parts. And her mom was a seamstress. She wasn't a fashion designer, a prominent fashion designer. They grew up lower middle class, which meant in comparison, they were poor. But these early articles where people can't really decipher who this woman is, they just see her in photos with Trump and Jeffrey Epstein, and they're allowed to make up whatever they want. Kind of like Beyonce's nephew Jules is a model. You can be whatever you want to be when you're famous and you're telling the press stuff initially. This was before the internet had really taken off. So this was been back in like message board days. Nobody could really hold you to the truth, but it's different in present day. We know what it is. Her dad sold parts. He might as well have worked at a Meineke or AutoZone, an O'Reilly. But that's not how they spin it for the press. They said she graduated. No. They said she was a supermodel. No. She was giving back shots in back alleys. This was not a supermodel. This was a Slavic model with ties to some of the sleaziest, nastiest people who allegedly very early on got an enhancement so that she could do lingerie work. This is not some class act where she's saying she wants to be the next Jackie Kennedy. She couldn't even be Marilyn. Marilyn had some, class about her. Britt Eady, who's the Bigfoot from Potomac, is a better example. This girl, like, it just is what it is. So I will be watching. I cannot wait for her stuff to come out. Kristi Noem's husband go far away. Injury to insult, though. Kristi Noem had a $70 million private jet love shack with the man she's allegedly sleeping with. Well, that $70 million jet has now gone to Melania. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. This is... On that note, thank you guys. There'll be some short videos coming out tomorrow. Hopefully 2 videos out tomorrow. For everybody who checked on me, thank you. This is my first drink in now a couple weeks. I'm feeling a lot better. I appreciate all the love and support. And Shrink and Sharon, thank you so much for joining the membership. I will see you guys later. I got to get these towels out of my shirt. Have a good one.